Are you gonna do? Are you gonna do? How much time are you gonna do up front?
Up front, let's see. I think I'll be doing. It can't be more than 5 minutes.
Okay.
The monologue.
Monologue, although monologue is it's gonna be a little different this week. Just a skosh.
Because everything sucks.
Because everything sucks. So yeah. But it will hopefully still be fun. I see Rebecca has logged on. Rebecca, show Milo. Show dog, show dog, show dog, show dog,
dog, show dog. Yeah. Yeah.
Buddy, do you want to see?
My turn.
Do you want to see the dog?
Okay. Yeah. That's a weird looking dog,
kitties.
Dude.
She's on the computer.
Oh my god. Just
is he blogging? He's on Parlor. Get him off Parlor.
Okay. I don't recognize one person who just came in.
Yes, I'm cautious on it and I'm watching it.
Thank you.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, and Jesus Christ, Davis. Oh, my God.
I don't know why it's called this.
Hey, Davis.
Hi. Hey, Chree.
Oh, thank God.
I think this was the password for some Zoom thing once, and for some reason I thought I'd put it in the wrong thing, and it became my name.
Okay. Because I saw that. That name, and I was like, you're going to see somebody masturbating.
Like, oh, it was one Rubs P. I didn't even think about
right?
it. I didn't even think about it.
That was a password on one of our things, randomly, from Zoom.
I probably should have noticed that.
All right, everybody, we're going to get started in just a few minutes, just about 2 or so. We are waiting for... I don't know, a Christmas miracle at this point, but...
No, we're having fun. Shut up.
We're going to have a good time tonight. No, we're just waiting to see if anybody else is going to trickle in. If they do, we'll still let them in. We're accepting and kind and such. But we will get started in about 2 minutes.
Is this part of the show? Like, people can see me respond?
Yeah!
Yeah,
oh,
right
boy.
now.
That's our audience.
I wasn't sure if I was supposed to be muted and hidden.
No, I want to see your face.
It is okay. We will have when everybody's doing their set, we're gonna have that whatchamacallit, spotlit, and so it'll be fine.
Hearing laughter is good.
Correct. We want to hear the beautiful peals of laughter. Oh fuck.
What should I order for dinner?
What are you feeling?
Should I order Black Angus as a goof?
As a goof on yourself?
Yeah.
Your dietary tract later?
A goof on your digestive system.
I'm not Ruben's helpless.
Yeah, I don't know what to eat. I'm alone.
What is it? So Black Angus, is that like cattleman's basically? Like it's steak and
yeah,
and mashed potatoes and stuff. Like it's just like a giant meal. It's just a place for obese people.
Yes.
Like that's what cattleman's is. They're like every chair is like a throne.
That's In fact, it might be a Hardee's Carl's Jr. situation because it does sound like you're describing a Black Angus.
And every steak is severely well done.
Mm. So they come already cooked and then they like heat it up for you and just
they're like, hey, we got to get that nice char on there, and subsequently we have to char on there and char in there. It just turns into a hockey puck.
I've never been to a Black Angus. I've never been to an Outback.
I've never been to an Outback either. I've heard tells that the bloomin' onion is good, and that's like kind of the end of the list.
I've been to an Outback. I've been to an Outback a lot.
You have been.
Yeah.
Look at Ruben and tell me that man hasn't been to an Outback steakhouse.
Adriana had not had a Baja Blast from Taco Bell until last year.
Correct.
Is that a drink or a food?
It's
a religious experience.
It's like a milkshake thing,
No,
like
no,
a
it's a
Slurpee.
Mountain Dew. It's a Mountain Dew flavor that is exclusive to Taco Bell.
Oh, I would drink that,
It's
but I've
actually
not.
really
I've also
good.
not had that. What do they have? They have Taco Bell has like a dragon fruit thing right now that is appealing to me for some reason. I'm like, it's healthy. Dragon fruit is a very low glycemic. It's actually a very healthy fruit. So I'm sure that the Taco Bell Slurpee.
This is incredibly exotic. It should be. It will cure cancer. Like how everybody was like, acai is for sure going to cure Alzheimer's and such. And
Acai,
and it actually turned out that it was just a. All it really was is just a worser blueberry.
Whitney said Ruben's background is unnecessary. I'm just sitting in our dining room. How's that unnecessary? I don't know what's unnecessary about me sitting
excessive.
I'm just sitting here in the dining room with nothing
and no one.
Yeah, I was gonna ask why you're in the kitchen, but you are not.
Yes, I am. I'm clearly in our kitchen. I'm clearly in our kitchen. There's a wall that I can't.
You're blowing it. You're blowing it. Okay.
What the
Ruben had that on for our for the show that we were doing last night, and like I just was so distracted by it every time you popped up, dude. It was like, there he goes. He's coming back.
It's a pretty good loop.
It's really.
I wouldn't have noticed it until someone pointed it out.
It's not.
I love
I
love the one where you're like shaking your head.
I had to prop up my phone to take the video at a specific angle that I knew a computer would be at to make it look authentic.
Couldn't you just record with Zoom and then take that video and make that your background?
I mean, look, I guess I could have, but also I was doing this like 5 minutes before I was supposed to be on that show, and I was also trying to cook macaroni. So.
And we know,
challenging.
Once you've got a Mac on, any multitasking is fucking whiffed out the window. Okay, folks, we're gonna go ahead and get started. My name is Adriana McCain, and I think it is just very, very funny that the president got kicked off of Twitter today. Welcome to OK So Like. Yay!
Yay!
It is so great to be here. This is our first show back after the Christmas break, the holiday breaks, where there's been nothing to report on. Nothing's happened. Nothing at all. Everything's business as usual. New year, new me.
Yeah, Adriana, I was gonna try a new thing this year where I was just gonna go shirtless and wear like cool furs and Viking hats. And I was wondering if you know if that's been ruined at all, or like, is this cool? Like, do you think I can pull this off?
I am going to have to say that might not be your signature look, but it definitely is somebody else's.
Mine.
It's we will have to table that discussion. Now I normally on this show, I do a monologue with jokes that I've written about 3 hours before the show starts. About various news stories from the week. This week, however, it's a little different. Since I started this show in September, the main headlines have been, believe it or not, pretty dismal. And, I've had to dig around for weird stuff for everybody to laugh at. But like I said, this week's a little different. I just don't want to touch the news with a meter-long stick or a 3.28-foot-long pole, if that's your particular persuasion, whichever unit of measurement floats your boat. What happened on Wednesday isn't particularly funny to me. I don't think that violent insurrections by white supremacists trying to install a fascist dictator, it's not a source of comedy for me. It's actually a source of anger. And thus, I just really don't want to talk about it.
Hey, Adriana.
And not to say though that like any of you want to hear my recycled takes on it anyway. But what I will say though is that like everybody between your favorite politicians and actually Axe body spray has a statement to make about it. So this one's okay. So likes. Fuck all of these people. Fuck anybody who's enabled them, and fuck the white supremacist systems that made this so easy for people to do. That being said, with that out of the way, I'm going to discuss something completely different this evening, which is all of the weird shit that I got in my stocking for Christmas.
Hell yeah.
So we are going to review all of the weird stocking stuffers that I received. These are things that I actually got in my stocking this year. So do you remember when you were like a kid, like this is the case for me, that I would get like a lot of fun stuff, like, you know, chocolate oranges or goofy keychains or like little bits and bobs that have like Star Wars or like Hello Kitty on it. It's all really fun, and it's one of the great things about being a kid at Christmas. Anyway, this is a fabric shaver that I got for Christmas this
Hell yeah.
this year.
That rips.
Something that's actually handy if I didn't already have one. But Merry Christmas to me, everybody.
Dude, I know where you live. I'll come take that fabric shaver. That
Hey, for
rips.
sure, dude. I'll chuck it at you from 6 feet away. Let's see. Next up, I appreciate hair ties as much as the next gal, but the run-on sentence and lack of any punctuation except for an apostrophe, the most useful form of punctuation, makes me appreciate this as much as rubber bands with that little metal thingy on that. So that's great. It's very clever. It's very cute. But I should have been an English teacher instead of a comedian because this is giving me a rash. There's still hope yet. I can always say fuck it and go get my master's. Now, here's something really fun that I got, which is like a little light for your purse. This is really popular for people who keep asking their kids their adult children how to make their cell phones do that light up thing again. There's a fucking function for that already, and now I have just another thing to put into my purse. Thank you, Mother. Additionally, here's another fun theory. Here's actually something kind of fun that I got, which is a Baby Yoda lip balm from The Mandalorian. Very exciting. I plan on wearing this when I finally get to kiss Pedro Pascal. I don't appreciate the lack of silence here, as if to say, Adriana, that's never going to happen.
That's changing the Mandalorian for me too much.
Christmas is about wishes and dreams, and I don't appreciate you all 2 weeks later crushing mine. Here's something fun that I got. Holiday M&Ms in the very the trending flavor plain.
Ooh.
Great.
I do like plain.
I actually do like plain, but I mean, they could have zhuzhed it up with crunchy or something. Makes me kind of feel like I've been a bad kid this Christmas. I got some wipes for my phone, which are like ammonia free, unfortunately, which kind of sucks because I wish that I could huff them and pass out to forget that they're labeled as pre-moistened. It's just gross to me. Don't call them that. And finally, I got some pens, which are really nice. They seem innocuous enough. But my mom made it very clear to point out to me that they had little phrases on them, such as "keep going" and "you got this," and my favorite, "you are enough." And my stationery accessories don't seem to have much faith in me these days. So that's really a great way to make a gal feel quite confident. Guys, this has been reviewing the weird shit that I got in my stocking.
Adriana, can I review what I got in mine?
Absolutely. Let me just
Okay,
spotlight you real quick.
Here we go. Let's see what's
Okay.
in here. What are we gonna get?
What'd you get?
This.
Ah! Clever.
Got him.
Got me. Wow.
That's one edgy late night talk show.
Yes. This is.
Sorry
this
to
is your
get
11
edgy.
I know this is. Excuse me. This is not one of your 11 p.m. Talk shows.
Also, Adriana, I do like that I told you I was going to do that funny no shirt Viking hat bit. And then you were like, yeah, that's fine. And then you proceeded to be like, this isn't funny and this is terrible and everything about this is awful as I'm sitting there with no shirt on.
I have a really hard time giving out criticism, and I felt like this was the best way to let you know.
I was like, oh, I don't think this is a good idea anymore.
That's a little bit on me, but and it's a little bit off you. Folks, we've got a pretty good show tonight. Hey Ruben, what are we doing today? Or who are we doing? No.
No.
That's harassment, and there's plenty enough of that in comedy. This is not that. Who is going to be on the show today?
Today on the show we have Jordan Cerminara, Chey Bell, and Chree Powell.
Hell yeah! So let's go ahead. We're not going to hesitate anymore, mostly because I would like to stop talking now, please. Everybody, please put your sweet little hands together for Chey Bell.
Yay!
Yay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, man. I wish I could pull out my stocking and share with you guys what I got. But I don't have a stocking and I didn't get no damn gift. So that's that. I am been reflecting on 2020 ending. I know a lot of people were happy to see 2020 end. I mean, I was definitely happy to see it go. But I was happy to see 2020 end just because of all the new things that, we had to learn. There's just so much new shit going on, trying to do these shows and whatnot. And it's been difficult. I've been trying to do my best. Mostly I've just been faking it. I don't think anybody noticed. Mostly because there's obviously so much more going on than me not knowing where the fucking mute button is on Zoom. So, but as things start to get back to normal, though, I'm definitely gonna have to get it together because honestly, there's only so many times you could, pretend like you know what you're doing and you don't before it backfires. Okay. I often recall a time that I was faking it and somebody's hair fell out. That's when I was a hairstylist. And the bottom line is either you know how chemicals work or you don't. That's what that. I get what it means though, to fake it till you make it. You're just supposed to act as if, and be confident no matter what. Like as a hairstylist, if somebody came and sat down in my chair and they're like, hey, Chey, can you make my hair blonde? I would look at them very confidently and I'd be like, yeah, of course I can. Then I'd probably just go in the back and look that shit up on YouTube. I'm actually a barber now.
Cool.
And I don't want to tell you guys where I work. But let's just say we cut hair superly. Because I'm so new there, I'm definitely faking it there. Okay. But honestly, I feel less bad when I fuck up because I'm like, well, you only paid $10 for your haircut. Kind of on you, sometimes I'm like starting to think, question whether or not this is like really the job for me. Because we're pretty much doing the same haircut It's pretty much the same haircut. And there are days when my customer will get up and walk out, and I'll just like look at the back of their hair, and I'm just like, I could have done better. Can't believe he paid me for this shit, But also because I have the nerve to actually get upset or be offended when they complain, right? Like, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but why is it always like the cheapest people that have the highest expectations? To me, that's like kind of going to a garage sale and like complaining because shit's not new. Right? Also, we're supposed to do this haircut in 30 minutes or less, right? I'm like, that's the same amount of time you spend waiting on the dentist, right? So if anybody complains, I'm like, sir, shut up, okay? Your money only paid for you to sit in the lobby. That's it. I had something weird happen not too long ago. We closed down the first time, and then we opened for a short period of time, and then obviously we closed again. And during the time that we were open, it was a lot of people coming in to get haircuts, and this guy comes in. I'd never seen him before, and they call me to the front to do a haircut. I go to get him, and he looks at me and he's like, "Whoa, hey, I never had a black person cut my hair before." And I was just like, well, I've never drew a dick in the back of a white man's head. Now, I did not say that out loud, okay? But in my mind, I'm like, now we're both having fun, Fuck this guy, For the life of me, I can't understand what made him let that out. Like, how could you say that out loud? Like, he could think it. It's I'm sure I was his first, maybe he didn't mean any harm, but why would you say that out loud, especially in this climate? I'm like, this guy's fucking clueless, So weird. I take him back to my chair because I'm professional, I just ignored it. I stay professional. I'm like, hey man, don't worry about it. You're in good hands, And I get him back to my chair, get him situated. And he says he has more to say, believe it or not. I thought he was done. He wasn't. And he says, sometimes when I come here a lot, sometimes the haircuts are good and sometimes they're bad. And I look at him, I go, so nothing's going to stop you from coming back, huh?
Oh my God.
Why the fuck did you just take me on this roller coaster ride? Like what? People are dumb. This is what I've boiled it down to. I recently moved to Los Angeles, so I live in LA now, and I'm a new homeowner.
Yay!
Yeah, me and my girlfriend bought a house. I'm excited about that. What was not exciting was the moving. I don't know about anybody else, but moving is just a pain in the ass, for a lot of reasons. One is I didn't realize how much stuff we had. It's like once you get settled into a place and you don't realize until you bring it out to the light. And then when you see all that shit, you start like reevaluating everything. Like in the moment, I was just like, babe, I'm not sure. Do we really need a refrigerator? We do. We need a refrigerator, but that's the reason now we don't have a microwave, right? I feel like we got one more time before the manager across the street at 7-Eleven is like, listen, you got to buy something. You can't keep bringing your food in and heat it up. Okay. Right. Also, like moving is super expensive. We spent like $400 on boxes alone. Right. Yeah. Then you got to pay for shit like the Sharpies, to write on the boxes. You gotta spend money on tape. And you gotta, we had to hire a moving company. I was telling my friend about hiring a moving company. She's like, why do you don't need a moving company? Just go to Home Depot and get some guys over there. And I'm like, yeah, I could do that. But have you ever played Jenga? Because eventually that shit's gonna come tumbling down. Okay. Like I remember the last time I moved, I actually did hire two day workers from Home Depot, and financially it was a win. Okay, it was, you can't beat the prices, right? And everything was going smooth, getting the move on until the movers decided they wanted to turn the couch long way on its side and push it through the door. Unfortunately, they clipped the sprinkler and it flooded our apartment. And they stayed around. They stayed around for about 2 inches, and then they just dropped the couch and fucking took off. It's like, who do you call for that? There's nobody to tell. There's nobody. I'm pretty sure paying people under the table is illegal. So no, thank you on that one. We've already started a couple little small renovation projects. And I've started to, I started to learn quite a few things about contractors. I don't know if anybody here, their parents or anybody's had work done, but I've learned that, if I could kill a contractor and get away with it, yeah, I did. We hired a contractor. We hired a construction company to come in and put an island in our kitchen. And the owner was very excited. He said, hey, I have a woman contractor for you. I want her to work with you because she's super detailed and she's the best. And after working with her for a day, I realized she's not the best. And I had to go back to the guy the next day. I'm like, listen, Philippe, this shit looks a mess, man. You're going to have to, talk to your girl. And what's weird is like him saying she's the best. And then I go to him to complain. And he's like, yeah, I've been getting a lot of complaints about her. I'm like, wait, what? I just look at him like, I'm going to pay you a lot less now, right? Like, why would you say that out loud? Why would you admit that you just gave me the shittiest person on your team? I was so disappointed because I was looking forward to having a woman contractor. Like, to me, that's badass. You know what I mean? Like, to have a woman in there swinging a hammer and knocking down walls until it's the wrong wall. Now, some of you may be asking, why would you need to knock down a wall in order to put an island in the kitchen? And I wish I had an answer for that.
Oh my God.
It's fucked up. This is basically what I'm going to say about that. I'm getting older, not because I bought a house, but that's usually what happens. I'm getting older and I'm fighting it every step of the way. And I do shit like work out all the time, and I have a very strict diet I try to live by. Mostly I'm trying to hide grays. Mostly spend my time trying to figure out how to fucking hide gray hairs, right? Last year before COVID hit, I went bowling with my family, and my brother, he wanted to take a picture of all of us together. I said, hold on, let me go in the bathroom and freshen up. Okay. I go in the bathroom and I pull out my mascara wand, and there's a super young girl, probably like 19, standing next to me. And she had a mascara wand also, except for she was using the mascara wand to darken her eyelashes, and I was using the mascara wand to darken up my gray hair. I saw her look out the corner of my eye, and you know what? When she called me, I was actually embarrassed. I don't know why I was embarrassed. Like, fuck her. You know what I mean? Like, she was probably only trying to make sure her fucking mascara stayed dry through the blowjob, She doesn't give a fuck about me. If anything, she was probably looking at me confused, like, damn, this old lady forgot how mascara works. I said I work out a lot, because working out keeps you young, but I work out for a different reason. Working out, honestly, as you get older, shit changes on your body. I'm not going to go get too graphic. But I work out so that I can have strong legs, okay? And not because I want to look good, but actually having strong legs helps me pee straight. Now let me explain. Okay, let me explain. Ladies, when you go to the bathroom, now I don't know about you, but I don't sit on the toilet. Okay. Now I do put that tissue paper down, but that shit is just for decoration. Okay. So most of the time when I sit on the toilet, I don't sit on the toilet. I just kind of squat over the toilet, like hover over it, right? And I just found out you kind of need strong legs for that, right? Now, there was a time when I was younger. I can't believe I'm doing this whole on pee, but anyway. There was a time when I used to be able to squat over the toilet and the pee would go straight down. Yeah, not no more. Okay. Now, when I hover over the toilet, I have to lean back into the left. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Sometimes the pee don't make it in. I'm like, where'd it go? What happened? What happened? Okay. It's not until I go outside and realize my back is wet. Fucked up, man. Just don't get old. That's it. I'll end on this last bit. I'm a proud member of the LGBT community, and one thing I'm not proud of is just all the stupidity we still have to deal with sometimes, answering questions and dealing with buffoonery. I'm actually bisexual, but I have a girlfriend who we just bought a house, so that makes me lesbian for life. It's over with. It's over. It's a fucking done deal. But wait, I lost my train of thought. Oh, I know what it is. Stupid questions. See, that's what happens when you get old. And one day I was actually doing a show and I was talking to the audience about my experiences in dating men versus women, right? And it was so weird. Like after the show, this guy comes up to me. He was like, yeah. So yeah, you date boys and girls. So what's the difference? Now the question was so stupid, like it just made me upset. But I wanted to make him feel dumb. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to make him feel stupid. So I just started talking to him like he was an infant. I was like, well, sir, first of all, don't do that. Don't do that. Just be normal. Like, you know what I mean? Like only a crackhead starts a conversation with a dance. Hey, what you doing? What the fucking be normal, weirdo. But I just, I was just like, hey, sir, I don't know if you know this or not, the difference between boys and girls, but one has an innie. And the other one's a dick. He didn't like that. He actually had a friend with him, believe it or not. And his friend just automatically assumed that I knew where the orgy was going down. And I do. But I was like, you can't go, sir. We don't let stupid people in. I just feel like this, as a queer person, my view is you could think whatever you want about gay people or queer people. I really don't care. I just try to encourage people not to judge. Right. Because, you might change your mind one day, as society continues to evolve. Right. Like, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but back in the Roman days, people actually believed that a woman had to have an orgasm in order to get pregnant. Okay. Now, we all know that's not true. Okay. Because if it was, there would be one person on this Zoom show tonight. You guys have been fun. Enjoy the rest of the show. My name is Chey Bell.
Yay!
Yay!
Everybody give it up for Chey. Oh, Chey,
she ran away. No, Chey, we're gonna interview you.
Chey, we gotta go back. There we go.
Come back, yay!
I know you gotta stick around for a little bit longer. I understand the desire to cut and run. Trust me, I've been on plenty of shows where I'm like, okay, I'm done, and I'm just gonna close screen. So I get you. I asked this question for all of my guests, and you are no exception. How are you doing right now?
You know, I've been keeping busy. Like I said, you know, I'm a new homeowner, so there's always something to do and just still trying to unpack and everything. So I think that's keeping me a little preoccupied. I mean, there was a period maybe midway through quarantine that I was starting to come unraveled a little bit. And I go to therapy anyway. I've been going to therapy for over a year. And so I remember that time I was really kind of reaching out to my therapist and just talking to her. And I remember her telling me how overloaded all of them were, that this was the most time that they had not seen this many people requesting their services, and they were booked up to where sometimes it took me 2 or 3 weeks to see her because there were so many people that were just super depressed and sad and seeking therapy for the first time in their lives. So I'm doing good. I feel like I'm well adjusted. I feel like I'm falling into a groove now, and I'm just trying to do more of the Zoom shows and stay busy, because I think it's just about staying busy and trying to be open to reinventing yourself as a performer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, how do you feel like you've been adjusting to like the Zoom format? Because I know that, like, listen, every comedian has their own fucking hot take on Zoom comedy, but what do you think? Like, have you been adjusting okay?
Yeah, at first I hated it. For the first like 2 or 3 months, I hated it. But then for me, it's about staying sharp. It's about staying in the pocket, and we have to adapt. Like, this is probably going to be a continued medium even when live shows come back. So we got to get adjusted and we got to jump into it. So I'm prepared to do that.
I think that's such a great mentality to have, because I completely agree. I think that, when this first started, I of course was like, well, this isn't gonna be like live comedy. It's like, well, like, no, technically it is still live, but like that's kind of the whole thing. It's like a different thing, but I think it's so great that you recognize the need to adapt, because I think that's what so many people like have a problem with, like not being able to adapt. So I mean, like, that's great. How is home ownership? I'm probably never going to own any real estate in my entire life. So how's that going for you?
I mean, it's worrisome. Every noise. What's that? The toilet flush. Is that we got to call a plumber now? I mean, every noise, everything. You're a little bit freaked out at the beginning because you got to pay for everything. So, you just become, I think, it feels like it's my baby. So I'm definitely more protective of everything and everybody that comes in and out of here. But it's a burden. It's a burden to carry, because anything happens. I'm going to be like, you know what? Don't flush your toilet paper. Just put it in this garbage. We'll take it out. I don't need the plumber over here. Yeah. So, but it's fun.
Just skip it out.
Yeah. Right. Do like your dog. Yeah. Use that doggy bag.
Nah, man, it like totally sucks. I can imagine that you're like, oh man, like the garbage disposal isn't working. Like, I gotta call my Wait a minute.
I gotta come out and write a check.
I am my own landlord now. No. I can see that being the bummer of it all, not being able to pass the buck on that one. Yeah. But I mean, you talked about like planning on like renovations, all that stuff. Have there been any like fun experiences for this? Because like, I can imagine like owning your own house means that you have creative control of this space, especially not in the way that like you would when it's a place that's renting. But so what are some fun things that you've like, fun projects you're like, let's do this? The kitchen island actually has been fun. It was a little bit of a nightmare, but we got the guy together. And so that's been fun to see that come together, because it was a vision we had before. And then it's just really, what's fun is realizing all the money I'm gonna have to spend on new furniture and all this, because the shit that I had in our apartment, it doesn't work.
which happens, I don't know, this is just in the future when you move into a home, like the furniture we had before was not dormy, but it was like apartment furniture.
Right.
And when you buy a home, it's like, okay, it's time to grow up and buy adult furniture now. And that shit costs money.
Yeah, you reach a certain point where like IKEA is not gonna cut the mustard.
It ain't it. No.
It ain't it. Exactly.
I just moved into a new place, and for the first time, I have a real bookshelf and not some milk crates that I've been using to stack books.
Yeah.
So I feel like a grown up now.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Ruben is officially a grown up. I'm really proud of you. How old again are you, Ruben?
I'm 30.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean like that is really exciting, and especially like with that that knowledge of like, oh fuck, I gotta like pay for furniture. Like you can get whatever kind of furniture you want.
Yeah.
Which means like you want to go mid-century modern, go for it. You want to get like a funky
Race car
colored
bed.
couch. You want a race car bed? You can make a race car bed happen.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to pay for it, like little extra and stuff. Let's see. So
good luck on quality woman on your race car bed, but who's fucking you on a fucking Batmobile? But
guess
good luck.
well, his girlfriend is in this Zoom, and I think
oh my goodness.
No. She I think would probably agree with you. She'd be like,
if she came home and there was
yes.
Yeah, if she came home and there was a race car bed swapped out with our bed, I would not live here anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just plain and simple. Although if you had, like Chey said, like a Batmobile bed, like come on.
If it was a queen size
Batmobile, yeah.
That might be kind of cool.
Yeah. If you had like the actual Batmobile in your house instead of just a bed.
What if I moved a Nissan into the bedroom and just put a mattress in the back?
We probably just think you were homeless, so don't.
I'm training for.
Yeah, don't roll up in your fucking Nissan. Be like, homeless motherfucker.
It's a race car bed, baby.
Fuck, that's so funny. So I've got plenty of other fun questions here for you that aren't necessarily like homeowner related.
Okay.
So Chey, have you ever walked out of a movie?
That's a good question. I don't know if I have. I might have, but I can't remember. It's been so long that we've been to the movies, but I don't know if I've ever walked out of a movie. I've definitely turned some movies off.
What have you turned off? What have you turned off?
There's this movie about, it seems like this aristocratic, diverse, everybody's raving about it on Netflix.
Oh, Bridgerton?
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched about 2, and maybe I didn't give it a chance, but I watched about 2 minutes of that and I was like, hell no. What else did I try? Recently, there's been a few. We've done a lot of Netflixing over the last few months, and it's like, it's a lot of shit. It's not a lot. It's some really not good content on Netflix.
People forget that Netflix is essentially just what like straight to DVD movies used to be, but now you don't have to go anywhere to get them.
Oh, 100%. So I host a Netflix like podcast that I'm not plugging it here because like it's not like all the way out or anything, but like I'm gonna have like plus shameless plug. But I have had to watch a lot of Netflix original movies, and holy shit, so many of them are so bad. Did you watch? Here's one that I've watched that I absolutely fucking loathed. Did you watch Hillbilly Elegy?
No, that's with Glenn Close.
That's the one with Glenn Close where she looks like shit. And Amy Adams.
And I thought it looked good. It wasn't good.
Oh my god, it was awful.
Really?
Oh, an awful movie?
Bad movie. Because it is a story about this guy who like went to, God, I want to say like Princeton or something, like for law school, and like how his mom is a drug addict. It like, in the opioid epidemic in the middle of like Ohio, and basically like how he has to deal with that, but also graduate from law school and become a lawyer. And like, that's the movie. It's just like a guy talking about how his family is crazy, to the point like in the middle of an epidemic. Like it presents itself as like this movie of like overcoming like big issues when it's like your story isn't important. You're just like you're just
Right.
white and you like Trump. Like that's pretty much it. Like
Right.
it's not good. So yeah, oh my gosh, like I don't blame you for turning off like all of these like so much stuff on Netflix. It's just like
Damn, Hillbilly Elegy's got a 26%.
yeah, it deserves lower. It's bad.
Wow.
Oh my God. Okay,
It's
so I'm
a
not
really
gonna watch
good book.
it. I'm surprised because Glenn Close is like one back in the day. She was like up there as far as like being respected.
I just
yeah,
watched Fatal Attraction for the first time. Glenn Close rips ass, dude. Glenn
Yeah,
Close
no, she
rules.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like this is off the subject when Trump like was all when wait, come on, what's the not Glenn Close? What's the other actress? Meryl Streep.
Adams?
No, Meryl Streep. And then Meryl Streep was like ripping Trump, and then Trump tweeted that she was like a fucking mediocre actress. Everybody was like, Meryl Streep is the bar, you dipshit. Like
Like
anyway, that was just crazy.
Meryl Streep is a punchline for like how good of an actress she is.
Right.
Like that's the
Yeah.
like
He doesn't know. He's an idiot. He doesn't know good.
Meryl Streep
hot
is like,
takes here.
I
on
also-
movies like
would you even say if there's a male actor comparable to Meryl Streep? I feel like she's just like the best actor,
That's a
gender
good point.
gender no matter. Like maybe Tom Hanks, but like
I mean
Oh, I don't know about. I think there's. I don't know. Well, I guess I
And
would.
Tom Hanks just constantly plays the same role, which I'll fight to the death. He's never
Tom
anything
Hanks
different.
is very much like a like I don't know. He had his very like I don't know, kind of like cute movies at the beginning, and then
Yeah.
turned into Mr. Prestige, but was not in The Prestige. And like I don't know. I feel like Meryl Streep's just been like a heavy hitter from like the
Day
get-go.
one.
So
Day one. Yeah.
Chey, what's the worst food to eat on a date?
I'm gonna probably say maybe like Indian. It's delicious. Yeah, I'm gonna say. Wait a minute, McDonald's. Does that count?
That 100% counts. That 100% counts.
Okay.
If you're going to McDonald's on a date that isn't like your significant other that you've been dating for a while,
What's a while?
And you're cheating.
You go on a date with the guy from McDonald's. You go on a date with the guy to McDonald's for sure. When you get back, he's got a race car bet.
And how do I kick my girlfriend out of the stream so she cannot hear any of this? Because I will say,
fuck, I gotta change my Valentine's Day plans.
Yeah.
one time we did go to McDonald's and I bought an obscene amount of chicken nuggets and we asked for one of every sauce. And the guy was so into it. He's like, "You want strawberry jam? We have that for pancakes." And he just like threw that in there. And I was like, this guy rules, but also is having the same night I am. Where it's just like,
just like whatever. So usually Chey on this show we end with a would you rather, but I didn't fucking write one. So I guess I'll ask you one more fun question, and then I'll let you skedaddle with you know the what you wanted to do after your set. Just be like, oh, see ya. Which I mean, I don't blame you. How do you feel about soup?
I like soup.
Do you like soup?
I like rich soups though.
You're not just like a plain broth. Like a chicken noodle isn't gonna.
Oh, I like chicken noodles, but if I had my choice, I'd probably get like a lobster bisque or like an asparagus type of asparagus soup.
Uh-huh.
Those are really good. Believe it or not, it sounds gross. Asparagus soup is marvelous.
I have never had asparagus soup, but you've like absolutely opened a new channel for me.
So
That
good.
sounds-
It's so good. Yeah.
That sounds so good. Chey.
Little sourdough bread. Yeah, you in there.
Come on. This is a family show. Let's not get too dirty here. God, it sounds so good. Shay, thank you for being on the show. This was a
you for
fucking
having
delight.
me, you
This was so
guys.
fantastic. Thanks for being here, guys. Give it up
Thank
one more
you,
time for
thank you.
Shay. Everybody,
Happy New Year, Happy New Year.
Hey.
Shay.
All right, folks. Because this show again is a little bit different. That we're not having our usual headliner, so I'm gonna start begging for money early. How's that sound? Folks, this is a show that is free to watch. But I would like a little assistance paying all of these beautiful people that you've seen and are going to see. Because I just finished working at Costco, yay, and it's gonna be a little bit till my next paycheck. So, Ruben, go ahead and drop that Venmo in the chat.
Yeah,
It's
I will.
just
Hold on.
at and then my name and then that's it. It would be absolutely lovely if you could throw some money our way. If not, that's fine. I'll just remember your face for the rest of my life and never want to stop hunting you. Folks, we're going to move right along to our next comedian. Please, by all means, give it up for Jordan Cerminara.
Yay!
Oh my goodness, this is the future, baby. What's going on? Yeah. Oh, ooh, what's happening here? Hey, Alyssa, Eliza, Rebecca, face me, you coward. Cynthia, you get a pass. You're a comedian. You don't have to do anything. Come on, where are you? I don't even believe that Rebecca and Eliza are there.
Right.
Oh, there she is.
Hey!
Here's my girl. All right. See, I can see you. It's important. Okay. If you're not there, then who am I talking to except for there's Whitney and Davis and Matthew. Austin doesn't count. He's a comedian. I mean, that's how it works. I need the people that I've never met before to listen to this, because if you don't know anything about comedians, is they might actively be laughing at things that I'll say, but they're not listening. They don't care. They don't care. They don't give a shit. So I need you, or this is going to be very sad. And that's I think that this is a good place for me to start. Everybody here familiar with the idea that 1 year in a dog's life is like 7 human years? We're all familiar with that ratio, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's a similar ratio in stand-up comedy. I am 34 years old. However, I've been doing stand-up comedy for 8 years. And that means mentally I am sad. Yes, there we go. All right, got it going here. Alyssa, Rebecca, face me, you cowards. Come on. I'm trying to make this a full screen. I want a grid, I'm trying to Tetris out here. Put that last block in. Let's go. Come on. Yeah. Ooh, that's fun. Do a little bit of this. Yeah, I just do this for, I don't know, I think I get like 12 minutes or something. I'll just show you all the tricks, I even did all the promotion for this show, and this is the best I could do for an audience. I did not do well. That is a bad gig for me. I mean, I just gotta talk to the marketing company here, that's rough. That's a stiff crowd. Woo. I'm sorry. I moved away from the Bay Area. That's where I met all the comics that are on the show. We met in the Bay Area, but after this all happened, like I lost my job back in March, and we stuck around until October. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm not able to afford this anymore. So we got out of there and we moved up to small town Washington. I live right outside of Portland, Oregon, on the other side of the river, in southern Washington. If you want a little idea of what that's like, on Wednesday, it felt like everybody in town was missing being at the Super Bowl. If that makes any sense to you. Yeah. That's kind of what this place is like. And the worst thing happened on Wednesday. I woke up, and you wouldn't be able to tell it here, but I'm actually balding. I'm thinning right here in this area. And I had been thinking about it for a while. I'm always trying to comb my hair in a way to cover up my baldness. So I woke up on Wednesday morning and I just was like, you know what? And then I even did it to the beard. I just am completely bald. I look kind of like Ruben, but he has more hair than me, if you can imagine that. And then I looked at the internet and I saw the news and I was like, oops, worst day to shave my head. But let me tell you, I was making friends that I didn't know I had in Camas, Washington. They're like, what's up, brother? How you doing, brother? Yeah. And that scared me. So I don't go outside now. I do not go outside anymore because I don't want to be seen as the wrong kind of ally. That's something I am trying to avoid wholeheartedly. I've been at home a lot, and this whole thing has kind of transitioned me. Before this, I was very much like just like what you see here, kind of like a tube shape. But now I am actually, I've transitioned from the tube body shape to pile. I am more of a pile of a man, and I don't really care for it much. But hey, what can you do? I'll tell you what you can do. You can try and do your best about it. All right. I got on the internet and I was like, you know what? I need to get in shape, and I tried really hard. I got on the internet. I found a little workout. It was called Ripped in 90 Days. And I saw results very quickly. I was injured in a week. Oh. That was the last time I tried to work. I'm lying. I tried to work out since then. I actually started a resistance training program in my bedroom. I finally got a weighted blanket. I don't know if you've ever... I can do 1 rep for about 16 hours. And then I just get up and I feel refreshed. Woo, new man. And I can do that shit every day, baby. It's pretty killer. I wear a robe now. I don't know if you guys have ever wore a robe before, but it's kind of like walking around your house like a wizard. You get the long sleeves hanging off of you. Get on the YouTube, start conjuring up some spells, conjuring up some spells on the YouTube. Like, how does one fold a fitted sheet, And then after like 3 YouTube videos about how to fold a fitted sheet, I guarantee you'll be too drunk to care. It just doesn't matter. It's a Rubik's Cube of fabric that was just meant to be shoved in the closet and never solved. Just push it in there with all your emotions and walk away. Walk away. And it doesn't matter. Because you wear a robe now. You don't even need sheets, okay? You sleep in the robe. It's beautiful. It's the way that life was meant to be. I am a slob now, by the way. I don't know if you gathered that. I also was making quite a bit of money after I lost my job. Before this, I was working, and it was working pretty hard. I was putting in anywhere between 18 and 22 hours a week. It was just like fucking, whew, I am exhausted after this. And so now I was getting more money than I actually made working. And that was pretty cool. And I realized that I didn't ever make enough money because as soon as I got one of those direct deposits, from the unemployment check, I got a call from the bank and they were like, Mr. Cerminara, we've been noticing some unusual activity on your account. It seems that you recently made a deposit. Come on, folks. They're just jokes. Alyssa, Rebecca, where are you? Come on. Eliza jumped in. She stepped it up. Whitney and Davis and Matthew, they're hardcore. They've been here the whole time. What are you guys doing? Are you even listening to this? Did you just turn? There we go, Rebecca. I'm going to convert everybody. Alyssa, now you're the only one. And Rebecca's like, I'm just going to go back to texting on my couch now from afar. I know. I get it. I mean, like, I can only imagine, like, if my friends came to a Zoom comedy show, they would totally just log on for moral support and just not turn their camera on, and it'd be like, yeah, they're probably there. They're not. Hey! All right, well, it's a party. Alyssa, you look very blurry, and maybe you're a blur person. That's okay. I know that. And maybe it's fine, Alyssa. I just know that you're a human being who is there, and you're talking to a virtual puppet. So congratulations. You tried. That was probably the worst quality camera I've seen ever. So congratulations. We will award you the worst camera on the show. There she is. Oh, that's a clear camera. And she's going to go back to texting. Everybody's just texting. And they just got like just weird comedy, like Zoom comedy. If there was like a way to interrogate people at Guantanamo Bay, like just putting them in a room with Zoom comedy, I think it would work. Like, we don't need to waterboard these people. Just sit them in there with fucking comedians, and they're the only audience member. Like, come on, turn on your camera. Just like, and he's like, I can't. The camera doesn't work. They didn't give me a functioning camera. I'll tell you the secrets. I don't know how this. Okay, I would be horrible working for any government agency. I'm actually unemployable. I don't know if you've gathered that. But it's okay because I've been saving a ton of my unemployment money. I've been saving that money. And if you have any money right now, hey, there's some shit going on. Hold on to it dearly, or just maybe we'll all luck out and the whole economic system will collapse and we can start all over again. It'll be fun. But if you do need to save a little bit of money, I will give a little tip from me to you. Every month, I save a ton of money on rent and food by only eating out. My landlord. Come on, baby. These are jokes. These are jokes. Hey, that's fun. Okay, I don't know. It's fun. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sorry that you have to be exposed to this. I actually have been spending a lot of time when not doing stupid shit like this. I'm doing other stupid shit where I'm cutting up, vintage magazines and making analog collage. That's right. I not only do I do stand-up comedy on Zoom, I also make analog collage art, which basically means that I have no interest in making any money. I'm really banking on that economic collapse. But I'm going to share some with you now in a little segment I like to call Stuff Jordy Made. So, hey, how about that? Hey, yeah, there we go. Granddaddy Perp. There he is, feeling good. That's the happiest Grampy in the whole place, huh? That's fun. What do you think, guys? Yeah, Whitney's really into it. She's like, goodness. Oh my God, I'm picking on Whitney. That's me right now. A whole pizza next to me, and I am actually not a human being. I am a cat. I eat 7 of these a day to help keep me strong. What do you think, huh? That's a dog nana, y'all. Okay. This is me actually taking the delivery order off of my neighbor's porch. Call that a pour dash. Come on, huh? How about some milk and cookies? This is what every dude in Camas, Washington looks like, folks. A dude just chugging milk and enjoying some cookies and an insurrection live on Fox News. Come on. Wakey, wakey, man, folks. That's who you got. That's our breakfast hero. All right. Get up and let's go. Oh, this is stupid. This is what it's like to grow up with 3 siblings, huh? Come on. You just can't get. All right. I don't know. I drink alone. Fuck off. All right. Come on. Oh my goodness. I'm having so much fun. My poor girlfriend. I live with my significant other, and I did find out something recently about her. Me screaming at a bunch of strangers while wearing a VR headset, not on her list of kinks. That's crazy, huh? It's crazy. It's so strange. I did not see that one coming because she's a kinky one. She's a kinky gal. I'm in an unconventional relationship. She's actually 3 inches taller than me. That's you don't see that in the wild too often, eh? It's not that everybody's always like, something's got to be going on with that guy, And the truth is, she just settled. I don't know what happened, but she always kind of intimidated me in the bedroom when it started out because we're in the Bay Area. She's very like sexually progressive and all that, and I'm originally from South Central Kansas, so I'm very vanilla, and it was hard for me to keep up for a while, and she'd be like, pull my hair or choke me or put a finger in my butt. I'm like, Jesus, all at the same time. Like, you think I'm some kind of Hindu god? What do you want from me? And it's pretty wild because after a while, I something I've learned in this relationship is that the least sexy thing you can do after you've learned like the laundry list of your partner's kinks is to continually ask them over and over, well, what do you want now? What do you want now? What do you want now? Okay, not sexy, all right? You have to anticipate your lover's needs. And I'm not going to say that I know exactly what she wants, but I know all the things she likes. And instead of knowing exactly which one to plug in, I just act like she's like a bop it, you know. I just like choke it, pull it, poke it. Come on, it's a bop it joke. It's disgusting. I'm a horrible man. I'm sorry. She can hear this. That's the worst part. She is so close. I think that's her right there. No, I'm just kidding. She stays as far away from me as she possibly can while things like this happen. She's probably earning the rent right now. I don't know what she's doing. I do try to keep things fresh, though. I will be honest with you. I try a lot to keep it fresh. The one thing that you can do in a relationship is you can always suggest something you've never done before. And I did that during quarantine. I was like, every day you go out on there. Do you guys go out on your zombie walk where you're just out there and you just like kind of like act like you're going to get some physical, everybody else in your neighborhood just masked up. Well, not in my neighborhood, but you remember when I was in the Bay, everybody was wearing masks. And you just go out there and you like kind of feign being a human out in the universe. I was like, hey, when we go out on our walk today, why don't you go ahead of me and I'll catch up to you. And then we'll act like we've never met before. We can start all over again. She's like, oh, okay, I can get into that. And it started out really good. We got outside. She got ahead of me. And then I caught up to her and I tapped her on the shoulder and I said, excuse me. And she turned around and she pepper sprayed me. Yeah. She's a method actress, y'all. Come on. What can I say? Come on. Come on. I'm just a digital puppet. Help me. I need you. There we go. We're having some fun. Alyssa's back to texting pretty heavily, and Rebecca is like, she's over there just kind of like across the room. I feel like Rebecca is watching television, and just because her eye line is like over the. Is it being cast from something? Yes. Oh, it's okay, we're casting somewhere else. And there's another person. Look at that, guys. Oh, there's actually the audience just increased. That's amazing. Oh my goodness, there's a dog. What is happening? Oh, come here, puppy. Hey, come here. Come here. Just jump in the internet. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come on, Uncle Jordan's lap. Come sit here. Huh? Okay, not a stupid dog. That's good. I actually convinced a fellow comedian's 1-year-old to try and get inside of the computer one day. That was fun. She smacked her head on the camera, and I was like, "You can't do that, baby. What are you doing?" That was the goofiest thing you could have tried to do. I miss the outside world. I miss the outside world a lot. I miss it because there's so many things you can experience. Right before we left the Bay Area, it was funny. We lived over by El Cerrito in the Bay Area, and there was a sex shop that was still open. Like during all, like so many businesses like folded, and restaurants were closed and stuff. But this one sex shop on San Pablo in El Cerrito just fucking open. We were like, hey, you want to go in this sex shop? Check it out. Because like I said, trying to be cool. I'm very vanilla, but I try to feign coolness. And we get in there, and the thing about a sex shop is you always see something that you can't unsee. And for me, that was a device that you can actually store the ashes of your deceased loved one in the container, like a dildo urn, is basically. Yeah. And I realized at no point in American history has it been easier to feel dead inside. Huh? Come on, get it in there. Get it in there. That is just Whitney's eyes blew up as she was like, wow, that is disgusting. This guy is a horrible human being. It's true. I could do this for a really long time too. Oh, sweet. I actually saw a 1-minute light. Usually I can't see it in here, and they'll be like, hey, we told you 10 to 12 and you've been talking for 45 minutes, bud. You aren't even going to get the $5 we were going to give you, because this is the worst thing that any of us have ever seen. Hey, Eliza, down there hanging out. Really appreciate you. I appreciate that. Thanks for starting the trend. We got Rebecca and Alyssa in here, even a dog, and whoever Rebecca's other friend is. It was just, I don't even know which one's Rebecca. If you're Rebecca, raise your hand. It's the other one. Rebecca doesn't want to be on camera. She's like, I don't want anything to do with this puppet. That's okay. I just, after this, I just walk right out of here. I just get right out of here. Yeah. I don't need you anymore. That was weird. I don't know. I don't think I can close this now. But I could try. I lost something when I did that. I'm back, but I'm up high. Oh, yep, fixed. Hey, the internet's strange, folks. I can't tell you how weird it's been out here. In Camas, Washington, at the coffee shop yesterday, where most people are not wearing masks, it's very frightening. Saw a 5-year-old boy wearing a Red Hot Chili Pepper shirt, and I was bro, come on, take that off, give it away now. You have nothing. Very stupid. I'm sorry. It's because he's 5 years old. What do you know about the chili? But nobody knows sex, sugar, magic, or whatever when you're 5. Come on, this kid doesn't know. That is stupid. I don't know why I chose that, but it happened yesterday, so why not? Hey, can we call this over because I'm just rambling now?
That's right. Yeah,
give it up for Digital Puppet.
Digital puppet.
Guess what, everybody?
Digital puppet. Oh, I didn't even show you my microphone. Here, let me get my microphone for the interview. There we go. There we go. So we don't quite have the technology to keep it in my hand, but I'll try.
It looks good there. It looks good. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay.
Hey, you guys want to see? This is my David Blaine trick. You ready for this?
Oh my god!
Oh, see, this is okay.
There we go. He's all right.
Hey, thank you. I just wowed Will Smith in his own home. I don't know if you guys ever watch a David Blaine special.
That rip. My favorite thing about. Can I just really quick? My favorite thing about that David Blaine special is when he goes to Harrison Ford's house. Have you seen that one, Jordan?
He's like, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, David Blaine does a trick, and Harrison Ford just goes, get the fuck out of my house.
You're a fucking witch, Blaine. Get out of here.
That's a pretty solid. That's a pretty good H Ford there, Jordan.
Cynthia's here.
Yay! Hey,
so we got everybody converted, Adriana. We did it. Everybody's on. This feels like an active call. Let's do some commerce. You guys ready to talk business? Fuck this. Let's start a business right now, everybody. Put your best idea on the table. We'll make the best one happen.
This
all right?
is now Shark Tank, although you're dealing with not quite sharks as much as it is just like some carnivorous-ish fish.
Yeah.
Jordan, how are you doing right now?
Right now, I'm holding a fake digital microphone in my living room.
So
I have to squeeze my hand in real life to keep this here, or it'll just poof. God. So I'm out. I give it up.
It's incredible to see that there really are consequences to your actions on the internet.
It's true.
I didn't think they were going to be this one, but that's fine. Hey man, doing all this in your living room. It sounds like you're doing okay though.
It's fine. Let me tell you what's really going on though. I will let you know what is actually bothering me in this real world. We left the Bay Area in October and we stayed in Portland for a couple of weeks while we found a house we could afford because we were in a 1-bedroom apartment that was 600 square feet that cost $2,000 in Richmond, California. I haven't lived in San Francisco for 3 years, and I moved to San Francisco to live in San Francisco, and I ended up in fucking Richmond. Okay, it sucked, and there was rats in the walls. It was a terrible place, and I found out that the biggest point of contention in my relationship is the fact that we only had one bathroom, and I am a boy, and I smell bad. Okay, I take a nasty poo-poo. Ooh, not good. So when we were finding a house, we found a place with 2 bathrooms. We get here, we look at this place. It's fucking, it's not quite in Portland, but what's the point of being in Portland right now anyway? Let's just wait it out. $400 less than what we were paying, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's dope, right? We see it with our masks on. Looks real good. We moved in here October 15th. On the 16th, we put in a maintenance request because when we took those masks off, we smelled the smell of fucking urine in the house. Like it smelled like a fucking bar in here. Okay. And one of the toilets in the main bathroom, the center room of this whole house, throughout which this smell of piss is emanating from the nucleus of this home, right? It turns out, long story short, that after multiple maintenance people coming in and out of here and dealing with a property management company for the first time fucking ever, today, they are finally ripping up the floor. We've been going back and like on the phone at least 4 times a week trying to make this property management company do something. And we've just been living and working from home in piss. And we found out that it was the landlord's father who died in this house. So what I'm telling you is that I'm being haunted by a dead man's piss.
Oh my God.
It is so fucking heinous. It's so horrible. Like, and I was looking for him one night. I was looking for him, trying to help him move on to the next fucking existence or whatever. Because sometimes it picks up, gets a little heavier, and there are spots in the house that get real cold all of a sudden. You'll start to feel cold piss running down your back. And if you turn around, he's not there. He's not there. But I know his presence is here. His essence was left behind in the drywall.
I would start leaving out rolls of toilet paper because that might be what he needs to.
He's not Santa Claus.
No,
he eats toilet paper.
No, he's just looking he's just looking for a slice. He just had kind of a bit of a messy dribble, just needs a slice, and then he's, free to go on to the.
Look, as an adult man who has made a mess in his pants, he doesn't want toilet paper. He wants a new pair of pants.
You could also start leaving him new pairs of pants. I am just trying to give you some suggestions for an ecto problem that you seem to be having. Ruben,
we got to get him out of here. So I'm going to try it all. I'm putting out a pile of toilet paper and some new pants, and maybe he'll be gone in the morning. I don't know.
Report back. That would be very. Thank you very much.
I would just like
I'll
to
come
say
back
that...
to this Zoom tomorrow.
Yes,
okay,
we
so
will
everybody,
have it open.
everybody here. So everybody here, same time tomorrow. Matthew, Whitney, Davis, Rebecca, Alyssa, Eliza. Okay, that's all the actual people here. All right. You guys got to be back here tomorrow. I'm going to follow up on this very important information. Okay, I know that this is captivating, fucking real live Zoom comedy. So follow back up with us. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
I would like that episode of Ghost Hunters or whatever those shows are where it's just like, we're going to this house. It smells real bad. It smells like a lot of piss. And it's cool.
And they cut to a different guy in a different room, like, yeah, it smells bad in here too. How does anyone eat here? Sorry.
Got the doohickey, and it's like, it's never flashed yellow before.
My EVP is just showing yellow. Oh god.
My EVP is just an EPPE. Yeah. Yeah.
Stupid.
This is great.
I did it.
I think this really has been kind of just everybody's talking about pee on this show. This is just the piss episode, I guess. That's fine.
Piss episode.
Yeah.
Chree, you better do 45 minutes on pee alone.
Yeah,
I got
just
it.
That
specifically
pee.
have to. I have to commend you for, I think a lot of people, like we were talking with Chey, that you definitely seem to have taken the fact that we can't do like live comedy, and you're like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and do something different. What made you decide to go with VR particularly, in particular?
I was given a very cool opportunity back in 2017 to work with the company that makes this software. We made a couple projects together. They went really well, and they've just kind of worked with me since then. And so when all this started happening and all the live shows got canceled, I reached out to them and I was like, is there any way that we can put this into a Zoom show, like a Zoom meeting at least, And they were like, oh yeah. And they wrote up a little patch, and now I'm using this to do these Zoom shows. And I started a little business where I pitch this shit to corporations, people with like too much money and they're really bored and they're like, oh yeah, we've got we do happy hours every quarter or some shit. And I'm like, hey, you want to fucking give me too much money to do this for half an hour to an hour? And they're like, yep. And I'm like, all right, cool. Well, and now I'm actually doing better in comedy than I've probably ever done. Unfortunately, at the sacrifice of comedy. So, what can you do? It's a give and take.
Exactly.
But it's fun. I love doing this shit. I've also, like any comedian, I've always told them, like, this is going to be something that it's right now, it's still in its infancy. I got super lucky because I'm close with a company that's developing a software. But in like 2 or 3 years, there's already stand-up shows like full on in VR. It's just going to keep building. And like, if you get in now, you'll at least know what's going on. And I would recommend it to any comedian just to check it out. I mean, it's just when you do an in VR show, you're in a space and there's a bunch of avatars. Everybody's got hot mics. You tell a joke, people laugh back at you. It's better than an in real life open mic like that. If I can give you that sense, when you go to an open mic and you're just like, fuck, that was the worst thing I could possibly imagine doing with my time. It's definitely better than that.
Oh yeah,
so,
no, I've been to a couple of open mics where I've been like, I wish there was a pandemic going on. That seems like it would be much better.
I wish that the governor told me I had to stay inside right now, so I didn't have to act like I was doing something.
I didn't have to be here. We have all been there. Not the regular folks. They're great. Have you ever? Okay, here's a good question. Have you ever invited a person to watch you at an open mic?
So I'm from Kansas, and before I lived in a college town for a really long time, and I worked at this restaurant where it was a college town. It was like a hipster town. It was honestly like a smaller version of Portland, and a lot of people from Lawrence, they would like eventually like if
Lawrence.
Yeah, it's where the University of Kansas is. And if you stay after you finish college, you turn into a townie. You see the same 5,000 people every day on a 4-block strip of downtown. You work in a restaurant, you work in a bar, you end up meeting everybody that's your age. And it's just like everybody knows everybody's business. It turns into a small town very quickly. And a lot of the people from there that get tired of that aspect of life, they'll go to San Francisco, they'll go to Portland, they just go to like, not big cities, but like bigger cities that still have kind of the same, like, liberal bastion kind of place. Sure. And so I had a few friends that I'd worked with that went to San Francisco a couple years before me, and they got me like jobs, waiting tables. As soon as I moved to the city, I was like, I had such a cool support group, and I came out here to do comedy. And I was doing comedy. They're like, hey, when are you doing comedy? And I like wasn't good at comedy. I'm not even good at comedy now. I've been doing it for 8 years, But then, I was very bad. Like arguably, thought I was good, but arguably very bad. If you go back and listen to it, you're just like, wow, I would have never wanted anyone to hear me say any of this in public. And I was just like, this is what I have to say. And my fucking friends from back home were like, oh, we're so psyched that you came here to do comedy. You're so funny. And they know me on a one-to-one funny. It's like when you know a person and they know you can make them laugh from the get, but learning how to translate that to, I'm talking to a room full of strangers and I'm going to convince them that they think I'm as funny as my friends think I am. It's not how it works. Like it's a learned skill and it's completely different. So they show up to support me at a couple mics, and never again did any of them ever come see me do comedy, even when I was doing like arguably well, like having really good sets, and then like made my own show, producing my own show, desperately trying to get them to come to it, to be like, hey, I remember you came and saw me do comedy in 2014. Check it out. It's fucking 2020 now, and I'm actually not a complete bag of shit at doing this. So come check it out. And they're like, yeah, we'll be there. They never come. They never come. And it's the curse of becoming a comedian. If you do have friends and you really want to do comedy, you're not going to have real friends anymore for very long, because you're doing comedy when your friends are doing shit, like if you're really going to get any better, you got to go do it. And then you end up just being friends with a bunch of people who act like they're your friends and don't really care about you. I'm just kidding, guys. It's okay. Chree gets it.
Yeah, I completely understand.
I just wanted to say really quick, Jordan, you talked about doing your own show. Jordan's show, the art critique show, was one of my last comedy goals before all the pandemic, and I got booked on it, and then the world exploded.
So funny. That's what happened with Super Stacks, basically, too.
Yeah, no, literally most shows that I wanted to get on, I got booked on them, and then they
the show that we were putting together, the last one we had in February, it was the second week of February, it was our 3-year anniversary. An agent from Los Angeles came to the show on purpose, and then after the show asked us if we had representation and if we wanted representation. And we were like, yes, we do. And so we talked to them, and then we set all this shit up. We were going to film a show at the Punchline in July. We booked the show. I had a technical director on the project. I was finding camera people. Like we had 24 shows that we booked across 10 cities, and we did 2 of them and had to cancel everything else. So, and then Jeremy moved to Los Angeles because his girlfriend got into nursing school, and I moved fucking outside of Portland and fucking buttfuck Washington. And who knows if that will ever happen, cause it's just, what the fuck is happening, So
that being said, I just wanted to tell people to check out my new Zoom show I'm doing with Adriana. It's where I go and buy art from museums specifically, and we make fun of it. So
yeah, we have.
It's very good art.
The Met, we have robbed the Louvre. We have robbed a third art museum that I would love to be able to.
The MoMA.
The MoMA. Thank you. I'm unfortunately very uncultured. God, that's so fucking funny. First off, the blood of Ruben is the most effective COVID vaccine. So if anybody wants to angry mob with me, after the show, I do know where he lives. Hit me up.
Get it out.
It'll be a socially distanced mob, though. We're not animals.
And if you want your show to get canceled, book me on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The fact that this shit is still going on and I have him every week is But it's not a lofty goal or anything. It's actually a chore for Ruben. So we're running out of time with you, Jordan, which is really unfortunate because you're so fucking funny. You're great to have around. My last question for you here. Are you into astrology?
I think I'm into the idea of astrology, but then anytime I hear someone talk about it for maybe more than 10 minutes and they're really serious, I'm like, wow, that person has a lot of time. Just how could you possibly and that's the thing too, is when somebody who seems to know what they're talking about astrology is who am I to even, I don't know anything. So they could be telling me completely wrong information about astrology. And I'm just like, wow, that's crazy that you know all that. And I don't even really know that they know anything. I don't know. In Lawrence, I used to talk to this girl who always was like, oh, take this garnet and put it in your pocket and it's going to be your base. I was like, what? Okay, I'll put this rock in my pocket, Hester. So yeah, I mean, I'm not into it, but I'm not going to invalidate it because I don't know what it is. I know it as a concept, but I'm not smart enough to retain. I can't even point. I know where the Big Dipper is and the Small Dipper, but I have to look a really long time. It's not like I know where they are. I'm just like, oh, there they are. Yeah, finally I found it. I'm bad at stars.
That's perfectly fine. Honestly, you just need to know both of your dippers and then Orion's belt, and that's just a line, and
Right.
You're solid. You know everything you need to know about stars.
And most of them are like just cloaked UFOs that are watching us, right?
Exactly. Completely correct.
So.
Everybody, please give it up one last time for Jordan Cerminara. That was so
Yay!
much fun. We don't have to look at a puppet anymore.
Thanks for
great.
everybody for putting it on your cameras. It was very kind. It made me feel like I was doing a show. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and
Yay.
y'all can go hide now.
If you want.
If you want.
Please.
I'm not gonna make anybody do anything.
Please.
I mean, it's if Chree wants to look at you, you're welcome to. If not, then fuck off. Once again, folks, thank you so much for being here. We're almost wrapped up. We've got one last comedian for you, but we're gonna go ahead and do one last push. PBS telethon style. But there's no tote bags here. If we ever make merch for this show, Ruben, should the first thing be tote bags?
Yeah, with my face on them.
With your face on it? Perfect. It'll just say, okay, so like where your eyeballs are. Folks, please, if you've been enjoying the show so far, go ahead and throw a couple bucks our way. I'd love to be able to pay these comedians what I believe they are worth, which is everything and more. And I'm gonna need your help to make that happen. So throw a couple bucks our way. It'll be good. Because otherwise this shit's free for you. Folks, our last comedian of the night, great gal. She's actually a returner. The first returner that is not on our Christmas special from 2 weeks ago, which was a blast and a half, and thanks for everybody who watched it. But no, we've got our first real returning guest. Please, everybody, give it the fuck up for Chree Powell.
Come here, buddy. Come on.
Boo.
Come on. Come here.
Yeah, show us the cat.
Okay. He wants to be let in, and now's not a good time. So, he came. Okay, he'll show up. I keep trying to hide my face. I put it in gallery view. I can't completely hide self view because I have to make sure that I am not doing anything. Like I have to periodically check in on myself. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, does anyone hide self view when they're on a thing?
Nah.
I have to hide self view because if I don't, I will stare at myself for the entire show. And it's not because I'm like a narcissist. It's just because I have ADHD. It's just like a compulsive thing. So, I put sometimes so that it's not obvious that I'm looking into my own eyes when I'm performing. I'll put my camera phone rest up on my computer, and then I perform into the camera phone. And then I watch a very intense video of me performing and seductively stand-up comedy into my selfie cam. I will look at it and I'll be like, I was flirting with myself. Like, I don't know how to, I just saw my reflection. So the thing, when you have ADHD, you can't, you just look at shit for no reason. I went through a year where I would stare at men's nipples if they were even remotely visible through their shirt. So any guy that had a little bit of meat on his body, if a dude had tits, and they didn't have to be big tits, just any amount of tits, if he was a buff guy with big, meaty tits, or if he was just a guy that had a little bit of tits, 22-year-old guy with tits, I would stare at them the entire time we're talking, and because I want to avoid eye contact. And here's Buddy.
Yeah.
Yay!
Because I want to avoid eye contact. I don't want to be having interactions with people. So I'm just staring at dudes' tits, which makes them super uncomfortable because they're not used to it. It's very weird for them to have just a woman staring at their tits constantly. And then food is very distracting. So I've performed in bars and restaurants where there's someone in the front row eating food. Sometimes it's a 4-hour-old mozzarella stick that's just sitting in the bottom of the basket with a wilted piece of lettuce. And I performed a 15-minute set to that mozzarella stick. I did not take my eyes off of it the entire set. I had a good set. But yeah, the other day I was I was handing out food on Christmas Day because I'm a good person. No, I hand out food on Christmas Day because I just assume that I'm gonna do something horrible in the future, and I'm like trying to make up for it ahead of time. Like it's like I can't like I just compulsively try to do like really obnoxiously nice things sometimes, and I'm not even a nice person, so it's very bizarre. It's just like I'm constantly. So I'm handing out food on Christmas Day to homeless people, and I'm talking to this lady, and there's a small dog turd on the ground. And I learned everything about this woman's life for the last 6 years. I did not learn what color her eyes were because I was staring at this dog turd on the ground the entire time. I would look up at her, make initial eye contact, and then as soon as she started talking, my eyes would like return to the turd. And then after like an hour of talking to her, I was like, I need to kick this dog turd into the gutter because I can't stop staring at it. And she did not know why I told her that. It's because I have ADHD. I didn't take my medication today, in case you guys haven't noticed that yet. I can go. I forget a lot. I can go days upon days without remembering to take my Adderall, which is prescription meth. It's meth. It's the thing that people can't get enough of. I get it for practically free, and I have permission to take it. It's good if I take it. I get like people are like, good, you took meth. Like, good for you. You can do something today. And I forget to take it for days at a time. I just fail at life for days at a time. I don't have any desire to take it. It even tastes good. They make it taste like candy because I guess they know that I don't want to get any work done. I don't understand that. I can go fucking 4 days without taking my prescription meth that I'm supposed to take every day. But I can't sleep if there are Doritos in my house. Do you understand? Like, there's no fucking way that I am sleeping through the night if there are chips inside my home. Like, I can hear those fuckers all night. It's so frustrating. I really got to know that poop really, really well. So I have adult ADD, which just means it's a real problem. Like, a child with ADD, that just means that everybody else is in for a time. Like, everywhere the child goes, it's like, that child has ADD, so you got to be nice. You got to deal with it. And, that's what you just have to fucking deal with it. But when you're an adult with ADHD, it's like, this person has ADHD. They didn't fucking deal with it appropriately before. So now they're just going to be a walking emergency, and we're all just going to have to try not to be on the road at the same time as them, I guess. Because she's got her blinker on. She's had it on for 7 cities. It's not good. I have adult acne too. Adult acne is pretty cool. It's the same thing as regular teenage acne. It just never went away. Like, my acne could go buy its own drinks. Like, it's old. It's 21 years old. It's 22 now. Yeah, there's no, like, it just changes into a different type of acne. Like, I just had acne, and it was hormonal, and then they were like, okay, we'll put a thing inside your cooter that makes it so that you don't have hormones anymore. And I'm like, fine. And they're like, you're going to grow a beard. And I'm like, great. And then it's like, now I get men pimples. Like, I used to get lady pimples, like right here, in all the lady spots. And now I get like manly forehead pimples. It was just like, I had sugar. I drank beer. Yeah, I don't understand that. So you have adult ADD, you have adult acne. I don't does my boyfriend have adult diarrhea, or is it just like, is that just regular diarrhea? What's the difference between an adult I don't know. All men have diarrhea all the time, right? Is that what we're supposed to accept about life? It really seems like I would be so upset if I had diarrhea. I would be like, oh, there's a problem. There's a problem with me. But men just have diarrhea all the time. Like, it's never it's never quiet. It's an event every time. Like, there's fireworks, the band is playing. Every time a man goes to the bathroom, It's a lot. I think it's the feelings, though. That's what it is. It's the feelings. It's men. They don't know how to express themselves. You know, they just take all that feelings and they shove it down and they bury it under some French fries and then they just keep pushing it down and holding it in and pushing it down until it fucking erupts, either as blind, rage, or diarrhea. Those are the two ways that it comes out. Speaking of blind rage, God, dude, so did you guys see what happened at the Capitol the other day?
Yeah.
What?
No, what?
So, okay, hear me out. I'm jealous. Like, as like a, am I the only one that's jealous? Like, that people put on fucking furs and ran into the fucking White House like a bunch of psycho ass savages? Like, that looks beautiful. Perfect. Amazing. It's Renaissance fair. I was like, I have a fucking barbarian costume in my closet. I should have been there with those guys going in. I'm like, those aren't fucking Republicans. Those are just fucking smelly douchebags that put on fucking fur and went into they saw what was going on and they were like, fuck yeah, we're getting in there. We'll fucking stomp on some old people on the way in. We're gonna have a good time. Like, and that should be us. That should be BLM. That should be Antifa. We should be the ones storming the fucking White House, putting on fucking furs, acting like psychos and taking pictures in fucking Mike Pence's chair. That's what we should be doing. They didn't earn that bullshit. It's just like does that not look like fun? Am I alone in that? And then the other thing, I want to be more upset about it, I guess, than I am. Like, I know that I'm upset about it, but I'm not processing the majority of the negative feelings. It's mostly just shock and other weirdness. Why is it, like, the thing that I'm so looking forward to not having to deal with Donald Trump anymore is because everything that happens around him is hilarious in it's tragic in the most hilarious way. Like, the people that died at the Capitol died in objectively hilarious situations, and I have to be upset about that. Like, I'm not one of those people that was like, yeah, fuck that bitch, I'm glad the cop shot her. No, I'm not. I'm like, that woman is insane and she died, and that's also bad. Like, it's always bad. Like, but she had a cape, she had a Trump flag tied around her neck, I heard. And that's objectively hilarious. And then, like, a guy tased himself in the testicles. You can't not fucking laugh at that shit. It's objectively. A woman with a "Don't Tread on Me" flag got trampled to death by her compatriots. This is hilarious, okay? It's even the police officer that died got hit in the head with a fucking fire extinguisher. Like, on a slow day, that's really funny news. Like, come on. It's I'm so sick of this shit. I want to write funny shit. I don't want tragedy to be funnier than shit that I can think of. Like, that's so awful. I don't know how long ago you messaged me. 1 minute.
I just sent it. I literally just sent
it. Okay. All right. Good. I have. Oh, Elon Musk is now the wealthiest person in the world. So. Yeah, I'm like, oh, he went from being the second wealthiest person to the wealthiest. Like, he's dealing in imaginary numbers at this point anyway. I do have to say, I think he's super wealthy. I don't think he's as smart as people like make him out to be. But I do think that he might be the smartest billionaire that we've ever had, because like in the same like breath of like, I looked at the news and it was like, Elon Musk is now the wealthiest man on earth. And I was like, oh, fuck him. I'm going to fucking eat his fucking skull. And then like the next article was like, Elon Musk is putting all of his money into building a colony on Mars. And I was like, good fucking idea, Elon, because we're going to fucking eat you. We're going to eat your fucking children if you don't get the fuck off this planet with all your money. I mean, right? We're going to do that. Yeah, that makes him a smart guy. I hate him so much. You're the richest man in the world. You still look like a fucking shaved guinea pig. I hate that man. I hate that man. All right, thank you guys. Hey, by the way, no, before I go, Ruben,
Yeah. I'm eating a hot dog.
did
Hold
you
on.
notice? Okay. You
Yeah, what's
saw
up?
all that shit that went down at the Capitol
Yes.
and all the clothes that those people were wearing.
Yes.
Nary a fucking Big Dog shirt in the fucking bunch.
No.
Big Dog shook those motherfuckers loose. Go Big Dogs. Anyway,
Go Big Dog!
Big Dog.
Go big dog.
Go Big Dog! Everybody give it up for Chree!
Wait, has Big Dog issued a? Do you think Big Dog's issued a statement?
They
Big Dog,
must have.
Big Dog should say, like, it is not chill to do fascism. And I think everybody that follows Big Dog will be like, yeah.
I feel like no, like a Big Dog anti-fascism shirt would be like, I got your fascism right here, and it's like the Big Dog is pointing at your penis.
Or like pointing to a trash can.
Yeah,
Um,
trash can.
Yeah, just like your penis, because it's garbage.
I agree with
And penises do kind of look like trash cans,
Yeah, kind
like
of.
with the dome lid. Yeah.
Yeah, you got like, there you go.
The
Chree,
pink-
how are you doing right now?
Well, I did make eye contact with myself for pretty much my whole set. I kept moving.
So doing well.
I kept moving the chat box, so I've just been moving the chat box over my face.
I
So
feel it. I feel
yeah,
it.
people tell me that I'm like intimidating. Like that was something that people would tell me like all the time. Like I was a barista and I like literally like would be basically be sucking people off for $2. That's what being a barista is.
Hell
And
yeah, it is. Hell yeah, it is.
And people would be like, like random strangers would be like, you're kind of intimidating. And I was like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard. Why would you say that?
Well, they're only further proving their point. Just to tell
Yeah.
somebody to their face, like while they're at their job, like, oh, you're really intimidating. It's like, well, actually, you're really rude.
I feel like she was gonna go pat herself on the back later and be like, I was honest with the person. Like, I don't know, like how brave of me to tell that teenager that I'm scared of her.
Very.
But I understand. After having to perform to my own face, like however many times, like I will often be intimidated by my reflection. Also, is everybody growing out their eyebrows really thick because your eyebrows look thinner on Zoom than they do? Is it just me? My eyebrows look so thin.
I have to make sure, like, that I fill in my eyebrows when I do the show. Otherwise, like, it's just like, oh, hey, hi, everybody, welcome to Okay So Like. It's,
I feel like I have like 2002, like I have like Hit Me Baby One More Time eyebrows. Like on Zoom, I'm like they're much thicker, and I put a bunch of shit in them to make them look extra thick, but Zoom doesn't care. Zoom is like, no,
I've heard
you got
that,
some white girl eyebrows.
I've heard because we are like on Zoom looking at ourselves so often, that more and more people are getting like plastic, like facial plastic surgery.
Yeah, I got some.
Oh yeah, where was it? Eyebrows or the nose that everybody thinks you've contoured?
You can't tell. I didn't get any plastic surgery.
Okay, that's how you know it's good plastic surgery. Yeah, I just think that's so interesting. So you talked
I got
about
my cheeks elongated.
Yeah. I've got my chin doubled. That's what I decided to go with.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I got some jowls added in.
Yeah, just real, like give me the Nixon.
Yeah, we're doing it slowly. So they put a little bit in, like a little bit of an injection, and then like, in a couple months I'll go in and they'll put some more.
They have to wait,
so it looks natural
they have
over
to wait
time,
for
stretching
the
the
skin
skin.
to expand. Yeah, so it doesn't look
and then
too
but
much.
yeah, I'll be like, hopefully by the end of COVID I'll have like a good
just real Jabba the Hutt kind of look. I think that would, honestly, I think you could totally pull it off. So you talked about having ADD as an adult. Fun fact, I also do. And when you were talking about staring at yourself like on Zoom, I'm like, I have to leave really quick and go cry for a second because I have been called out. But how old were you when you got your first diagnosis?
it was, I think, maybe just like 3 years ago.
Okay.
So I would just be treated for anxiety.
Mhm.
Like they just thought that I had like anxiety, and that's why, like, because I got good grade. I've always gotten good grades.
Mhm.
Because I would put in like 150% of effort for 5 minutes a week, and that made me get good grades. So, like, when you're a kid and stuff.
Mhm.
So, and then just do nothing and then cry. And so it was just diagnosed as anxiety, but nothing helped that. And then I read about ADHD and I was like, huh, these are all like weird little things, like the left-right dyslexia and just a lot of other like weird little things. And I was like, oh, like that's like a specific thing. Like these are a bunch of my weird, super annoying quirks. Maybe it's actually just like one thing.
It's actually one very annoying
yeah.
quirk. I
Yeah.
completely feel that. This was, I don't know, probably about like 2 or 3 years ago. I was with one of my roommates at the time, because I also was like, maybe this is not what I think it is. And we went through a list of like the like symptoms of ADHD, especially like in women, because they're different in women than they are in dudes. And like we're going through the list, and like just each single one, like both of us are going like, yeah, you've got that, yeah, you've got that, yeah, you've got that, yeah, you've got that, yeah, you've got that. And I'm like, maybe I have ADHD. I don't know. I'm not convinced. Maybe I'm not. And then I ended up getting diagnosed like pretty much right on the spot, and it's continued to be a living hell ever since.
Yes.
Yeah.
But at least we know why.
Yeah, we can.
It's so much better to know why than to literally just be like, I don't know, I'm just shitty for some reason. Like, you're just like, I'm just shitty for some reason, and I really don't want to be, but I just am all the time.
I'm
for no reason.
I can't explain why I suck so hard. I'm sorry. But now I find that, like, the ADHD comes in, like, as kind of like a fun excuse. Like, oh, I didn't get the dishes in again today because I got ADHD. I'm sorry. Oh, god damn it. No, that is when I'm like, nah, I'm just being lazy. Have you, what's the most embarrassing app that you have on your phone?
Let's see. I mean, there's a lot of them that I just don't know what they are.
Sure.
I have one called Backbeat. I don't know what that is.
Feels dirty.
Yeah, I'm like, did I like decide I was gonna like start writing hip hop beats, like, and downloaded an app on my phone? Like, I was just drunk one night and I was like, I'm gonna be a producer. And I said it like that, like a 1920s. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, swing hip hop is, I think, technically a thing. So that character does have his niche.
I have I don't have it on this phone, but I used to have Rub Maps on my old phone. Does anybody know what that is?
No.
So it was just something that I downloaded for fun. Rub Maps, it probably still exists. It's like an app to find massage parlors. Usually ones that will jerk you off. So I found it because somebody posted in like a Santa Cruz forum on Facebook or something, like about a massage parlor getting, busted for being a jerk off parlor. And people were like, oh my God, like I live right down the street. And then like other people were like, well, yeah, it's on Rub Maps. And then like I was like, what is Rub Maps? So someone posted a screenshot. I downloaded Rub Maps onto my phone, and I got to see like where all the places are where you can get jerked off. And And like then I realized that the people would rate them and write reviews of the massage parlors in RubMap. So you would read it, and then the ones with the really low ratings were the ones that don't jerk you off. Those are just regular massage parlors.
Okay.
So like the real, like the chiropractor, physical therapy massage parlor place that's like that's somehow listed in there, and they're just like, yeah, they didn't have a shower, and
Ugh.
it's like, these people are just trying to help you be healthy. They're not trying to jerk you off.
Yeah.
But I was like obsessed with it, and I would just open up my phone and I would read all of the reviews that people would write of the different massage parlors, because it was funny to hear men complain about $20 hand jobs. Like it's
Well, yeah, you're only paying.
the
You
things
get
that
what
they're
you pay
upset
for.
about.
It's like getting a dress on that what's that website, Shein or whatever, that's like, hey, I only paid
Oh, yeah.
$7 for this and it ripped as soon as I pulled it out of the envelope. It's like, yeah, dude, you paid $20 for a hand job. They're gonna have some calluses. I don't know what to tell you. God, that's so funny.
Men were very upset if a place wouldn't let them shower after they got their hand job. Like that was like the number one, like
Yeah,
the worst thing you could do is not jerk people off, and then the second worst thing you could do is not let people shower. Like if you jerk them off and then they don't get to just take a shower, take a whole naked man shower in their room, then they would be like, they would give that place a shitty review.
yeah,
It's
very
like, you
clearly
can't just
the
go home and
asshole in
shower? Like,
very clearly the asshole in this. And not to mention, yeah, men famously taking showers after their unpaid hand jobs. That's what all of my high school boyfriends definitely did. Yeah, taking a shower in their Nissan Sentra. Fuck clean off. That's so stupid. So we unfortunately do have
and
to,
they weren't talking, they didn't shower before.
Yeah.
Sorry, just saying. They didn't shower before the hand job. They wanted to shower after the hand job.
Yeah, God forbid.
They're like, I have to shower this dirty whore's hands off of me.
It's about saving
This
water.
$20 hand job.
It's about saving water. They're like, well, I don't want to, and all the effort, I did it
I
before,
agree.
I did it after. So unfortunately, we do have to wrap up. But I do have to ask you about your good new friend Buddy. What was so what I guess was the way that you got him, because he's so cute, and is there any kind of story behind that?
Oh.
Or?
Well, I follow a lot of catteries on Instagram. If you're not following catteries on Instagram, you probably have nicer eyebrows than me. That would be my guess. You're probably following makeup people or something. Mostly I follow catteries. My favorite thing is when I see another comedian that I know that is also following the same cattery, or like a celebrity. Like I follow this cattery in Germany, and it's like a British short hair, like a very like nice cattery, and like occasionally it'll be like Helen Hunt and others like this or whatever. Yeah, the other day Mickey Rourke was like Mickey Rourke and whatever others like this video, and I was like, me and Mickey Rourke follow the same cattery on Instagram. Great. Yeah, so following the catteries. Oh God, it's such a sad story. So we watched the show Too Cute. Anybody? Too Cute?
Mm-hmm.
It's on like PBS or something. Yeah, it's just a they just send a camera crew to like follow around a bunch of kittens and puppies as they're being born. And when you watch it, you feel like I am mentally ill. Like you feel like a mentally ill person when you're watching it, because they're just like, here's 30 minutes of kittens and puppies tumbling around and growing a little bit. And they had British short hairs, and we were just like, fuck, those are so cute. Those are the cutest cats. They're smiling all the time. And so then I started following a bunch of British short hair catteries and like fantasizing about getting one, but they're like $2,000. Like a purebred British short hair. And then still stalking them. And then we kind of started to talk about like, let's like put down a deposit on a kitten so that we would be able to adopt the kitten like next year or something. And by then, hopefully, we'll have enough money saved up to buy this expensive ass kitten. And at the same time, I was like, or we can just like adopt a cat that like needs a home. But yeah, kind of the two opposite things you could possibly do. Like, let's buy a designer kitten, or like, let's adopt a cat that needs a home.
Sure.
And then one of the catteries that I follow was like, hey, this lady got a kitten from us and now she can't have it anymore. It's 5 years old. Here's a picture of it. Is anybody looking to get a cat? Anybody mind getting a 5-year-old cat? And I was like, it's a grown kitty, but it's also the kind of kitty that we wanted. So let's go get him. And we went to his house and he was the cutest fucking thing in the world. And like the second that we saw him, we were just like, yeah, that's our cat. Like, and she was like talking to us and, you know, she was like, so what do you think? And I'm like, I think that we should be at home now with our kitty. Like, why are we here still at your house? Give me your cat. And then it was also like, she was like crying continuously, like the many times, like she had to give up her kitty.
Mhm.
Like, it's her cat. She named him Buddy. Hi. He's her baby. And she was giving him up because she's gonna go like live with her man or whatever, and he doesn't want a cat. So she was really sad and she was crying, and I was just like, I can't fucking wait to bring this cat home. Like, and so I'm really sorry that you have to give him up, but like, can you just give me the fucking cat? I should be home with him already. Yeah, and like, give me all of his shit because he's gonna want all of his shit. So give me his litter box and all that stuff. And I can't wait to make an Instagram. So,
And you did.
that's Buddy.
Everybody
And-
absolutely should follow. Buddy Buddha Blue, correct?
Buddy Buddha Blue. Yeah, I don't know if Buddha Blue is the color or if I don't know why Buddha is on his papers, but it's on his papers.
It is.
So
He's so damn cute, and everybody should absolutely go follow his Instagram. Chree, thank you so much for being on the show, coming back. I really appreciate it. It was so much fun having you here, and I'm so excited for your continued adventure with your new friend.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me again. It was
Yeah.
fun again.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for coming and sticking around for 2 hours. It was
Yes, definitely.
impressive and amazing, but also well worth it. It was a really good. You booked a good cast.
Thanks.
Or whatever it's called. Show.
Yeah. Give it up one more time for Chree, everybody. Thank you so much.
Good night, everybody.
Yay! And guys, guess what? It's the end of the show. We ran a little longer than I had intended, but that's okay. That's showbiz, baby. I'm not going to plug the Venmo anymore. You either donate or you don't. But I hope you all get home safe. And have a good night. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Good night. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.